YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, and we're going to do another replay from one of my online battles. This time I'm actually playing against the same player that I did Rome v Rome here with my Gladiator army, so I'm not sure how excited he is to face me again since I kind of did that weird army against him. He picks Rome again, and I decide to play as Egypt, and I kind of brought an Egyptian version in some sense of that Bactrian army that you saw me use in the last one, because I'm really fascinated by that army that the Agartha player used against me, and that was something that I wanted to tinker with now and see if other factions could reproduce it to any different extent. So I'm using light peltas this time, which don't have as much armor as the Bactrian peltas, but it's still a fairly missile-resistant unit. And then I've used Egyptian pikemen, which are actually probably even better than Levy pikemen at what they do. I put my general in this Carian axeman to save money and just to kind of be able to support my infantry and peltist if needed. I brought one African war elephant, which obviously is not as good as an Indian armored elephant, but is cheaper. And then I was able to bring several Ptolemaic cav, which are very punishing cav, and next to anything besides cataphracts, these guys are good, very good. And then I brought a couple of horse skirmishers, one on each flank again, just to try and draw enemy units into a bad position. So when I started, my opponent was all in one long line. He readied up at the same time I did, so I don't think that I readied up and caught him off. I don't know if he just wasn't ready to go, and he starts running towards the back, and I think it's more so just to get formed up, because he doesn't do any kind of red line camping or anything. So I'm not sure. Again, I think he was just not ready to push that button, and he did, and then got caught off guard, so he just starts to form up his troops here. He's brought an extremely infantry-heavy army, kind of like he did last time. So this will be interesting because I get to test this army out against someone who's come infantry heavy. So he's got substantially more infantry than I do, a lot more, and it's better quality for the most part. But in the skirmish department, all he's got is these auxiliary Syrian archers, and these guys are not going to be able to handle. I mean, if I just stood here and turned my back, he still wouldn't have enough ammo to kill all these light peltists. And then I've got these skirmisher cav on the flanks that are just going to be used to harass and try and break up his formation. So I've taken a position here. My opponent looks like he wants to move against me, and so I'm going to let him do so. Out here, his equitage is going to get hammered by my Ptolemaic cav. And let's watch my light peltist open fire. He's leading his army with Histati, which is, you know, in this case, not really a bad plan, because that means his cheaper units are going to absorb a lot of my javelins on this initial, and his legionnaires and veteran legionnaires will be safer. But all I have to do is just fall back, and that's exactly what I'm going to do, is just fall back. And then look, these Histati units are just completely wrecked before they can even get to my units. And all that's happened by the time his Syrian archers even get off like one volley. I just let his infantry get fixed because, again, he's chasing my peltist, knows he needs to get to him. I've got him pinned down all over the flanks with my cav, and you know, he can't. He could potentially flank around, but my peltist can just keep running away. And at this point, because his army's in complete disarray, this is the perfect time for me to bring in my elephants. Notice he's got a unit of Triari here. I'm not even concerned with them. Elephants are just going to plow right past these guys. I'm not going to go head on to him, but you can see that they just don't have an easy time stopping. He braced, which is smart, but look at this unit gets sandwiched between scythe chariots and elephants. And with scythe chariots and elephants around, Roman troops are just done for. I mean, they don't have a prayer. Chariots, in fact, are even more excruciating than elephants, in my opinion. They are hard to stop. The only way to stop chariots is on the front of pikes. And if you can't get your opponent to charge straight into the front of your pikes, you're screwed. I don't know how you're going to stop chariots. It is really difficult. The best way is to get shot cav into him, but your opponent's usually not going to make that easy. He's usually going to keep his chariots protected by cataphracts or heavy shot cav or elephants. So it puts my opponent in a very difficult situation. Look at this, auxiliary infantry shattered with 120 men remaining. Syrian archers also routing. Yeah, shattered as well. Just completely shattered units because of the scare effect and the chain route that went on there between the scythe chariots and everything else. It's unbelievable the power of an army like this. Now, to be honest, this is an interesting build to try. It's different, and I don't hate it. What I don't like about a build like this is that it kind of makes any infantry maneuvering completely obsolete. And I really want to see Rome 2 have plenty of infantry engagements. I don't want every battle to be infantry heavy. I want skirmishing to be viable because I think that adds a fun aspect to the game. But to be honest, bring whatever heavy infantry build you want of Rome against this build right here, and unless you're just going to catch me off guard on every front, I can destroy it. These light peltasts will just absolutely eat your infantry alive. Well, I'll bring Balearic Slingers. They have better range, and I'll never let you get close to me. I'll push you back to the back line. There's no way your Balearic Slingers are going to kill these guys while kiting. They'll do some damage to them, but you're going to spend a lot of ammo. And then what are you going to do about my pikemen? And then what are you going to do about these chariots or these African war elephants? Rome can't easily stop these kind of things. Again, not trying to say it's unbeatable or that someone can't beat me with it. I'm just saying it's difficult. And, I honestly like infantry engagements in this game. And once patch 9 first came out, I think we were seeing a lot more infantry being used because cavalry was kind of somewhat nerfed towards infantry. It's not quite as good against infantry as it used to be. And a lot of people thought that meant, oh, this is going to be an all-infantry game now. Well, I think with the realization that javelins can mow down entire armies of heavy infantry, people are coming javelin heavy and just supporting them with massive units like elephants. And I kind of think, and chariots. I mean, look at that, 300 kills on the scythe chariots. So going into patch 10, I really hope that CA actually nerfs elephants and chariots just a little. I don't want them completely nerfed, but I wish that they could. Well, you know what? I'll make a separate video about it. So keep an eye out for it. I'm going to kind of show you a few things that I hope to see in patch 10. HeirofCarthage signing off for now.